All right, there we go. We are live up and running. For some reason, apparently.
Neto. Fuimos a su casa y no lo encontramos. ¿Listo, Rafa? Pues el viejo, manos llenas, compa. ¿Pero por qué no te llenamos a ti la barriga? Te llenaba la barriga. Tienes que probar estos camarones. Producto más atrás.
All right, welcome to the stream, guys. It's Zrush versus Dauntless Esports. What do you think, OG? What's the synergy here? What are we going to see today from really elite teams? You might as well argue as a lovely team from Bangladesh and a lovely team from India. So
Well, I hope we don't see Tachanka picks like we did yesterday.
I don't think I don't think either of the teams are in for any sort of trolling moment this time. I know these two teams. I know what they're going to bring to the table. I just want to see them battle out each other.
One second, I need to open up the chat in my secondary monitor. Boom,
Sure,
boom.
no problem. Take your time. We are still a moment away from going live. We are actually live. I mean, we are a moment away from getting the match started. Let me just check with the operator. Okay, someone from Dauntless Esports hasn't joined. So come on, man. If you're on the stream, you should stop watching the stream. Come on, just join the match. I'm glad the chat is pretty active. We've got Salim from Anonymous. We've got Taha. We've got the elite players of this community waiting in the chat for the stream to start. It's lovely seeing you all over here. Okay. We have a little Jack also. Little Jack. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I haven't been seeing Little Jack around in a long time. And by Little Jack, I'm not using a metaphor for one of my genitals. It is his in-game name actually. Rafi sad man, I wish we knew your IGN because it doesn't look like you are a person who doesn't know this game. See, oh, Little Jack took science. Yeah, that's actually pretty much true. Amanveer, what's your IGN, man? You seem to have a pretty good insights on what's going on with the game. All right, so are we ready? Okay, we are ready. Just make sure you shift the slideshow onto the game capture. Yeah. Okay, it looks good from this end. The teams are waiting. It's probably someone going to the washroom, someone running back. I'm really excited to cast this match actually. I just can't wait for the stream to get started. I am so much in for this tonight. I've got my coffee set up. I've got everything I need right at my table. I'm not getting off this chair until I'm done with this match. All right, we are live now, and the first map that we'll be seeing come out from Zrush, which is Dauntless, will be Coastline. So, OG, take it from here. There is, hold on, let me just Yeah, yeah, there we go. Yes. There you go. The ban phase coming up. Oh, yeah, are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Well, if
Do
by
I
the
have
big
you?
ban, that means yes. So let's see what the big ban is going to be. I'd expect a standard line, glass, Mira, maybe a Kapitao in there. And the Kapitao is banned on in the first rotation. Let's see if the line does get banned. That means glass is open for the picking. What do you think of that, Foxy? Do you think glass is going to make such a big impact in this game?
I think he will. I think he might because we've got lovely glass players out there. Plus,
Can
these two
we get
teams.
Lion auto ban in this tournament?
Oh, that's just
Oh, God.
lovely. Wait, I cannot see. Oh, there you go. Lion not auto banned. Insert Zrush should be taking him out to prevent that one-sided advantage.
Well, I said they are by most likelihood going to take the Mira out of the picture in the defender's side.
Yeah,
Now
mostly
the
they will.
second ban is what I am wondering. Okay, it's the Clash ban surprisingly. Let's see what the side of Dauntless Esports is gonna ban. It's most probably gonna be the Mira. What do you think? Do you think there's any of the operators that you like to ban?
I think at this moment, I don't know what's going on in their minds because I haven't scrimmed with these people. I don't know what they're thinking. So
Ooh.
maybe something like, there you go, a planned denial operator coming up. That's Echo down. So Echo's, we've been looking at a pretty good ban rate of Echo recently. So not really sure.
Well, I am doubting the capital ban a little bit. I find that there are operators that pose a far greater threat. Maybe something like, as I said, a Glass or a Dokkaebi in case they're going for a fast play. So there are other operators I would ban over the capital, but hell, Zrush can do whatever the hell they want because it is their spot in the tournament that is in the taking, not mine. Let's see what the pick ban is going to be the first stage. It's going to be the Ash, Zafia, Ying, Hibana, Thatcher. So, Zrush, they do possess the lineup that can control the pacing of the round. They can go for a slow executed pace or they can go for a fast rush. On the other end, we do have a Mira, Mute, Jaeger, Maestro, and the Bandit. So, you have pretty good holding capacity when you have a Mute, Jaeger, and a Bandit on your side. The Mira just gives you an avenue to take new aim duels. And the
Uh,
Maestro does what the Maestro does best, just create nuisance all around the map.
well, actually, I'm pretty,
Defenders protect your
happy
bombs.
that
Defused by
the
attackers.
Dauntless Esports are converting on the Mira that isn't banned over here because that's how you use it because we have seen a line not get banned and not get used either. So they know they're not banning Mira. They know Mira is ready to use. Might as well use her because this is her map. She's favored more over here. She can prove out to be really game changing over here.
Well, it's all gonna be based around how the defense is gonna play around it, and let's see how the Mira traps, sorry, Mira windows actually come to use.
10
We
seconds
do
left.
see that they have chosen the pretty standard bomb sites
Actually,
here.
that's if you look at it from a common match perspective, blue bar is a little sketchy to defend. But you see those strats coming up from Dauntless Esports. That's what we were expecting to see today because these are two elite teams going against each other. They know what they're doing. Each step that they're taking, each deployable gadget that they're putting down, they know how this is going to work. They know why it is an advantage for them. So I just want to see how everything comes into play together and what I guess it's a treat for everyone who's watching this, pretty much.
Well, the Maestro is gonna be peak. It's actually gonna be triple peak here, and that is not how you take the fight, Maestro. He's gonna go down early to the Ying, if I'm not
Zofia,
mistaken.
actually, Zofia.
Zufia.
Yes.
A little bit jot down my memory, and I see Dauntless Esports getting a lot of reckless fights. They did not need to push this level of aggression in the opening phases of the round. They need to take it, and they need to take it properly, but it's not being done. And look at the perfect response from Zrush. They are doing this calm, cool, collected, getting both the early entry frags, but finally a refrag in, but doesn't seem likely. The backup and cover is so perfectly orchestrated from the side of Zrush, and Dauntless Esports, their defenses crumble under the pressure. 2 versus 5 here. Bandit opens up an opportunity, but as it's opened up, the Hibana gonna shut it down. A 1 versus 4. Mira left also alone since Dauntless gonna play the 1 versus 3 possibilities perhaps. The knife out as well. But it's gonna be Zrush winning their first round on the offense, and Dauntless Esports, whatever play they were expecting, completely backfired. They took aggression, it got cut down piece by piece, as the Japanese do it. A death by 1,000 cuts. That was sad to
That
see.
was a massacre. That was a bloodbath. We saw how a Maestro got taken down. Once Maestro was down, it was just raining terror from Zrush. They went all in with whatever they had. They were like, we are one down. Let's go take the Jaeger down. Jaeger's down. They get the Mute down on the stairs. They get the Mute down. They get the Bandit, and the Mira is left for a 1v5 clutch. There's nothing she can do.
Nothing, in fact. Let's see what the pick ban is in this scenario. Zrush, they're gonna go again with the same lineup. Why change it when it works? And Dauntless Esports, they have taken the castle instead of the mute. So it might be, oh, alright, Zrush changing on the up to the Maverick.
Well,
So they are.
if you look at that, they're still going to the blue bar defense. So they are pretty strong in what they are going to do now, I guess. They know how they're going to counter. Let's hope at least they do. Because, see, it's usually how a mentality works is, you lose a site, they're like, no, we're just not cool with it. Maybe they are more well coordinated on the site. So let's shift it over here a little bit. Let's go to penthouse, maybe hookah, maybe kitchen also. But Dauntless is going again for that kitchen hold. I'm sorry, blue bar hold. Let's see what they bring to the table this time. Hopefully they'll have better coordination over here. And last time we saw, they were pretty much spread all over the map. They were trying to get those refrags but not converting on them. So maybe this time a little different play with the castle in the roster. Let's see what happens.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
There you go, Mira with a lovely sidewalls to exhibit that vertical gameplay. So we'll see how much of that works in Zrush's favor, or rather Dauntless Esports' favor.
Well, it is going to be the standard take from Zrush, and again, we do see them lining up in similar positions. And Zofia will be an asset to breach into these castle barriers, which are meant to channel the attackers of Zrush into narrow and expected corridors. So the Ash and the Zofia will be a great counter to this, to the pick of Dauntless Esports castle. And the Mira, sorry, and the Jaeger needs to go huge this time. He cannot afford to go down early like they did in the previous round. And did I see that from the Zofia? She just concussioned herself. Alright, self-abuse is not the way. Dauntless Esports, their offense fails yet again. Jaeger and Castle, they're gonna go down early. And this could be another round if Zrush managed to convert, and why not? Ash pulls out her pistol, gets another frag. A 2 versus 4 ban is gonna buy the dust as well. Mira again in a 1 versus 5, the team baiter. But what more can you do? Mira is not enough as Zrush, they completely obliterate the defense. What are we seeing right now? Dauntless Esports, their defenses are crumbling to the offense of Zrush.
All I know right now is DE is not going for the blue bar again. First time was an experiment. I get it. Okay, you can fail. You can just go for it again the next time. But next time we saw there was literally no effort from the side of Dauntless Esports because Zrush dominated them totally. There was no window where Dauntless could stand up. So with that being said, Dauntless is now going for the kitchen and service entrance site to defend. So let's see what kind of strats will come out. It's a pretty standard pickup over here, except for the casual. They've got the Legion swapped in this time.
Well, they better start putting up some results, and what a way to do it better than to change the roster. They have taken up the Valk and the Legion this time,
Defenders protect your
so
bombs.
we do expect to see something different, and that is refreshing to see because hell, throughout the qualifiers of New Challenge, we did see teams lacking that versatility and more importantly lacking that adaptability mid-game to
Exactly.
go for different strats. So it's refreshing to see from the side of Dauntless Esports a new and shuffling bunch of operators. But let's see if they can make that mix into something that replicates results. Zrush, they have chosen their standard picks. They're actually the only picks that they've chosen this
5
game.
seconds left.
The exact same, except for there's a Thatcher involved in place of,
Attackers
if
have
I am
removed
I
not.
really love how Zrush is favoring the Dokkaebi pick because she is really helpful once things get mid-game and there's most of the defense alive. But that's not the scene so far.
Well, they are going to go for a pretty fast play. Yeah, running like a mad woman into the side. That's going to be the early advantage of Dauntless Esports, but the concussion grenades going to do massive amounts. Actually going to work against the team, if I'm not mistaken. That's Dokkaebi going to go down earlier along with the Thatcher. And Sophia, she needs to get this frag, and she does. But taken down to such crucial low points of health. It doesn't matter. A 1 versus 3, and it doesn't look to be in her favor. Although her position is overlooked, she can get this early frag, but she fails. And a triple P coming in. She's gonna go down, and Dauntless Esports put their first round on the board. Zrush finally leaving blood in this game. 1. And could Zrush come in with a response, or are Dauntless Esports gonna go in for the equalizer?
It's actually pretty, careless over there from the side of Zrush because I was not in store for that. I did not expect that's what in store for me. You have a good advantage over such a good team. So I don't think you would want to open your weak points out to them. You wouldn't want to go for a gamble in a rush like that. So minus points over there to Zrush from me because I think they could have still pushed more coordinatedly and won that round. Maybe they could have lost it either way, but that gamble on the rush just didn't work out.
Well, this time they did take the IQ, probably spotting out the Valk did send them a little bit of shivers. So, a good mind game coming in from Dauntless Esports not to go on the Valk again. But I think they could have.
Attackers need to
I don't know,
locate
what's your
and defuse
opinion
bombs.
on an Ella in the team? You know, when you need a little bit of roaming potential, you do have a Legion who is a decent roamer, but I think what they need right now is a better roaming system, because whatever times they have attempted roaming, it has completely fallen on its back, given them a 2-man disadvantage to say the least, and Zrush did snowball out of content. I mean, they did snowball out of contention. So what do you think? When the roaming doesn't work, do you try to do a different roaming strategy, or do you just completely negate roaming and play off the sides?
I think it's best for the teamwork presents itself because at this point it's all about forms. At this level, when we're seeing zero score in Dauntless Esports,
Attackers are moving out
it
to
is
locate
so
a
much
bomb.
onto the comms because you get one frag down, you need to be there to secure the refrag, or else it's going to be devastating for you. You don't put a full stop at one team's player at the right time in this gameplay. There's no stopping of that player. He might as well walk up and ace. We don't know what's coming up. And speaking of coming up, we have the hookah defense in with classic reinforcements around that VIP door. I'm sorry, the wall, so that the soft breaches at least cannot open that up and create a lovely line of sight for the attackers. And as I speak about it, Ash and Zofia are already inside the VIP room. And they have control over the hallway as well. Ash checking the textbook angles, making sure there's no one flanking, making sure no one makes an aggressive peek. But at this point, it's too much of an overkill.
Bomb has been located.
I don't think you're supposed to make unnecessary peeks at this point. Just hold angles, wait for your team to push, get a strat down, know where to push from, then go in for a full-fledged attack, win the round.
Well, that early map control push did give them a little bit of time to set up for the late stages of the round. You know, they are droning around, they are trying to find pickoffs, and they're trying to secure corners to aid in the final push. And you do see some of these players who are a little out of position, who, you know, not out of position in that context. So if you're new to Siege, you would think this is out of positioning, but it all lines up to a bigger strat book that they have in plan. It is more about converging on the bomb site, not in unison, but separately. So it's harder for the defense to mount any sort of resistance, because they're going to be poked at 1,000 angles and you can't defend yourself to that. And concussion mine from the Zofia is gonna tickle Ella, and they do know her position as well. The turning bug so perfect from the side of Zrush, and this should be a secure frag, but they do not have word of the Jaeger. He's playing from behind the shield, so this could either make or break the round for Zrush or Dauntless Esports. That should be an engagement that we should be looking forward to. And look at the IQ Zafia combo here. It is going to be like a conversion on multiple levels. They are looking to break the ceiling in as well, and they need to do this fast. They're losing players. They're losing 3 players instead. Zrush, they are being poked from angles they did not know existed. Legion with a cheeky nutty hole at the wall, and it has all crumbled for the side of Zrush. And Dauntless Esports, they are looking at a potential equalizer, and there we go, clean round from their side. The equalizer is in, and this is what I mean by changing up the backstab. You know, you do not necessarily have to force the engagement. You can just let them walk into your crosshair, wait, patiently play the round, not overpeak, not overcommit, not make stupid moves. And that is exactly what we saw from the side of Dauntless Esports. The Legion just making a wall, biting his time, holding the angle, the play between Ella and Jaeger at the bar. So this is plays that do define an elite team, as Head did say,
Yes.
and this game is already heating up.
So a lovely play over there from the defense. If you see, they did not take unnecessary peaks. They did not go for aggressive roam. They just knew what to do. They had the information coming in with the sound inputs, with the cams, with the eagle eyes, whatever they had at their disposal. They used it to the best and won the round.
Well, let's see what changes on the side of Zrush, because this is 2 rounds in consecutive fashion that they've lost. And look at this, they have taken the Blackbeard and the glass. I like this change. We did see that they lacked a little bit of firepower coming in for the 2 rounds that they did lose due to the Ash going down early and merely being toyed with. So a Blackbeard is a good addition, and Blackbeard is a hero that does lack utility, but he makes up for it in terms of fragging potential. And the glass this is like one of his turfs, you know. The long range, just the smoke being to good effect. We can see some nice glass action in this map, and the
let me stop you right there. Why I think glass would be helpful in this map is because maybe they read into what Dauntless is wrapped into. Maybe they know that they're picking Castle always. So glass against Castle, how it works is glass has a thermal scope, so he can literally look through the holes he's made on the castle wall or the castle barricade rather. So once glass starts shooting that area, you better not come in the line of sight of it, because you cannot spot glass through it, but glass can because of that yellow mark coming up on his thermal scope.
And I really enjoy this picking of Sledge as well, you know, that brings a lot of verticality into the mix. And in a map like this, where there are wooden flooring, that does prove to be a really big asset to the offense. Well, I think Glass is gonna get an early. That almost panned out to just making the castle a little bit of an overcommitment, I would say, from his end. But he does manage to run away unscathed with his life, and the Thermite here to do what Thermite does best, to breach through these hard walls. And that's gonna create an extra avenue to rush into the B-bomb site. But will they be able to hold is the question. Alibi? Look at this positionings from the side of Zrush. They have completely read the side of Dauntless Esports. They're just taking them, aren't they?
They know what they're up against. And at this point, if the Sledge knows there's not an ADS near the Alibi, he's just gonna lob a grenade off. Alibi goes down.
That's gonna be the Blackbeard taking the engagement towards the Alibi actually. The smoke in, and that's gonna be a beam frag if Glass can land the shot, but no. Oh, he does through the smoke, it doesn't matter. A 2-man advantage instantly on the side of Zrush, capitalizing on Dauntless Esports unplanned aggression, but this could be a huge play, and it is! The Eagle getting 2 of the kills to hold Zrush's offense, and that is gonna do dividends, as it's gonna be a 2 versus 3. Zrush having the Sledge and the Thermite up, and these are the utility players that you want in the clutch situation. Of course, a Blackbeard would do great, but What great can he do if he doesn't have utility during the late stages of the game? Jaeger, Castle, and the Mira up on the side of the defense, and they are just gonna add the death toll as it's gonna be Thermite all to his lonesome. Can he get the clutch? Does get the first good start. One towards Tess, but that's not gonna be likely. Castle
Attackers recovered the
and Mira just playing this one cool, calm, collected pass. He's gonna be peeked in through the walling. He does have the diffuser though, so he can go for a quick plan, but he is being stared at, and that's gonna be the Mira getting the final kill. Dauntless Esports, they started 2-0, but they have the lead 3-2, and we could go the full distance.
That was such a lovely play over there, because for one moment I thought the attacking team is going to win. They had so much advantage over there with the Blackbeard and the glass push over there on the VIP launch, I would say, the VIP hallway. They got a 5 versus 3 man advantage. They were leading with 2 men, not deficit. Dauntless was actually lacking behind with 2 men down, but that Jaeger of Bangladesh actually coming in, getting that double kill, that was such important for Dauntless Esports.
Well, it is gonna be the standard picking for Zrush yet again. We did not see it work last time. Let's see if it will this time. And on the other end, what do we have here?
Well, if you
Do
look
the
at that,
Jackal.
Zrush is going with whatever they've got against in the defense, except for the dog. See, they had a Jaeger, they had a Valk, they had a Maestro, they had a Legion. So, apart from the dog pick, Zrush is pretty much going with the same picks that Dauntless
attackers
Esports
need
went
to
with.
locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
That's a lovely change over there from
Attackers have discovered the
Zrush to
location.
Dauntless. We have a side change going on. Let's see how this thing changes and the play style of the players in Zrush and Dauntless.
Well, I do really like the Jackal pick that's come out from the side of Dauntless. Jackal, I would say, is a little bit of an underrated hero. He does have his tracker that is a lot of information. They can catch up lurks and potential backstabs using the footstep tracker. And hell,
5 seconds
you do
remaining.
not even need to completely scan it because the footsteps tracker does give a lasting print on where the player is, and you, if you have enough game sense, you can track on where he currently will be. So he is a little bit of an underrated player, especially due to his, even he does have the ACOG, so a lot of things going for him, and it's finally nice to see him being picked. And look at that, she's just trolling, she's just poking the potential offense that Zrush is trying to make on the map. Valk pick is going to be a little bit of a touchy pick for me, because I personally love the Valk, especially when you are playing an offensive defense, because you will have a lot of information to go off of, and the Legion taking a little bit of an unfavorable engagement there. Finally, he does manage to return to safety. They are moving up on the offense though, so this should be a quick flurry of frags at any moment, and it is 2 players going to be down on the side of Zrush and Dauntless Esports. Their offense, it looks to be impenetrable, as it's all going to be onto the Jaeger, the Valk, and the Maestro. The Jaeger holding an angle, but the game sense from Dauntless Esports, unbelievable plays coming at the UPH qualifiers for the LAN event at Hyderabad. A 2 versus 4 Valk. She is going to be droned out at any moment, and her position is discovered, hiding behind the canister at the A-bomb site. And how at this point they are just going to converge onto her location.
But would you just look at that? We are 1 minute into the round, and the defense has already lost 3 of their main players. They've got the dog down, they've got the Legion down, so no more farming of those mines coming out. And Jaeger, just taking out the fraggy potential that the carbine offers. So it's a 2 versus 4. Let's see how they play this one out.
A nice peek coming in though from the side of Shaktiman. So a 2 versus 3 things still possible for the side of Zrush. We have seen them come and work off disadvantages a few times, but this needs to be something magical, because their hold is far too hard to break through at Thermite. testing waters towards the A bomb site, and he could catch. Actually, it's gonna be Ash on the backstab. So for a second, I thought it's a defender who is coming for the defense, but Thermite, he needs to put a little more of a pressure. He needs to force out a rotation so that it can be caught off guard. And look at Maestro, they know the exact location, they know what's going on. They are going to plan the defenses accordingly. Valkyrie, she does manage to go down, and what's this? Dauntless Esports, they can potentially be winning the round. Termite, he is planting the bomb, so 1 versus 1. It's Thatcher versus the Maestro, and Thatcher, he's planted the bomb. Oh! Missing a couple of shots there. Almost looked like Maestro is going to lose the round, but he is going to get the diffuse in as soon as the plant happens. And Zrush, they have won this round for a second. It looks like Dauntless was going to run away, but Zrush, they managed to hold on. And they
What
get
a lovely 4K from Shaktiman we just witnessed. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what these teams are bringing onto the table. They were literally at a 2 versus 4 deficit. They got their game up, stalled their time until the end. The Maestro doing lovely work so dynamically. He got the thermite charge off of his Maestro Evil Eye and immediately shifting to his LMG to take the Thatcher down that was pushing him. So that kind of versatility, that kind of gameplay is what we're here for, and I'm glad we're experiencing it.
And Aman Veer, this is for you in chat. It's your requested, why the hell not? Let's see what the offense has to offer. The Legion, the Mira, the Maestro, the Giga, and the Dog. So standard picking for the side of Zrush. On the other end, we do have the Thatcher Sledge, Jackal, Thermite, and Ash.
Would you look at
The
that?
standard picking all across the board.
The defense has brought up the Mira this time. They did not in the last round. And I think they needed this time because last round we saw how bad defending the start. It worked out in the end, I agree, but it was a little falling out in the beginning of the round with that Legion and Dog trying to stop the attack, come into those offices. It was, little leafy plants area over there. So that is what we are trying to do over here. One man can make all the difference.
Well, it can. Let's see who will be
10 seconds.
getting the round advantage this time around. Dauntless, they do have a decent lineup for the offense. Sled, Jackal, Ash, these are all playmakers on this map.
Attackers are moving to
And you do have the Thatcher and Thermite, the classic combo coming in. And ooh, Ash almost got that headshot, and that could have been an early advantage for the side of Dauntless Esports, but not gonna go his way. Thermite did teased as well. Ooh, he does manage to get the frag, and that's the job. What are you doing, my man? Why do you go for the peak? I thought it's just a... Okay, this is just utterly butterly disgusting to see. Zrush, they crumble. The offense far too strong from the side of Dauntless Esports, and this could be what breaks them on their first map. This could be the kill that means it all. Legion, he is being pressured right now from outside the window. You see 3 players ready to mark in at gunpoint, and this could be heartbreaking for the side of Zrush. They did get into a good start, and if they do manage to go down, it would be a little disappointing. And look at the droning work, they know exactly what's happening. Legion
Really
is
lovely
just-
information exchange going on over there. They are not letting the Legion go away unnoticed. They've got literally 3 drones on him, constantly pinpointing in rotation. Sledge waiting for that nade coming from above. Little cheeky spot over there. And there you go. That nade gets down, but not knowing that the Legion is actually behind the sofa, playing up with the hat. And there you go. Legion's going to take back his position onto the bar, knowing that the sledge has naded. I'm safe now. Let's just go back. It's more safer that way.
Well, the Jackal does know that there's one player directly above him, and he does have the shotgun equipped as a secondary as well, so he can make holes if needed. And the Thermite, they're all just being teased with information, but okay, this is why you do not tease with information, because it can cost you your downfall. And that's why he's gonna go down early. And the 3 versus 4 Dauntless Esports, they are slowly but surely making their way back into this. Sorry, Zrush, they are slowly but surely making their way back in this round. with the Ash going to go down as well, and this could be what makes it, but no, Legion, he's not going to be on the table for more. It's going to be the Mira holding the off angle and through the Mira glass as well, so that's one way information to use for the side of Zrush. The Jaeger, he needs to be the playmaker in this scenario as the Diffuser is slowly making the way into the bomb side, and a 2 versus 2, another frag found by the Jaeger. This round finally looks to be in contention as Thermite on the other side, and this could be a massive play. Mira, he knows that the bomb is going down, and that's going to be a massive frag as Zrush, they have all the cards on the table, and that's going to be the Mira. Says on the final frag, Zrush, they managed to win off disadvantages, and Dauntless Esports, that offense rumbles as the few dying seconds of the round.
That was saved by time over there, I would say. Lovely plays coming in. You know, I think the best part that the Legion did was stalling out the attackers that were trying to challenge him over there. There was literally a Thermite waiting down below. If the Legion drops from the hatch, he's going to get the frag. There was a Jackal constantly spotting him from below also to get that frag. There was a Sledge waiting up top to get the nade down, and there was an Ash with the Sledge above to make sure that the nade is gone in perfectly without the ADSs coming in between with the stun grenade that she offers. So 4 men on one guy, and the one guy managed to do his job perfectly. He knew what he was supposed to do. He knew if he takes up a gunfight right now, he's going to lose. So he bought the time for his team. That's what we are talking about. That's how defense is played. You just gotta beat the clock. You don't have to beat the attackers always.
Well, it's gonna be them on the. But let's see what the lineup is, and this is one thing that I really like about Siege. You can change 1 or 2 operators from the previous lineup, and it can still be a very drastic change. It will cause problems. I mean, it won't cause problems, but it will cause complications in terms of facing the offense and defense. It will cause a difference in the way you set up around the bomb sites. And you can see that with the picking of Dauntless Esports, they more or less have at least 3 players constant, that in terms of the Jackal, the Thatcher, and sorry, the Thermite and the Ash. And they're playing around it. They didn't see the Mira pick the last time, so they did adapt and pick up the Twitch. And hell, they do know that Jaeger has always been in the arsenal that Zrush to possess, so they picked up the Thatcher to nullify his gadget.
I think Jaeger becomes an important pick at this point because with what the attack is offering, they could just run a Sledge, they could run a Buck, they could run a Trinker and nade their way to victory. So I think Jaeger becomes a very classic pick from what the teams have to offer. Oh, let me share something on that note. There was this one time we were scrimming against, oh my god, there we go, Bangladesh takes out Aniket, and that will be the Jaeger down. As we're speaking about the Jaeger, he gets his life taken off.
Well, that is going to cause problems right now for the side of Zrush, because the Jaeger, the fragging potential that he does offer can make or break a round, and at this circumstance it's certainly broken it. Response needs to be swift from the side of Dauntless Esports if they want to snowball this round out of control, and they are already set in position because they have the drones in, they have players ready at Berserker's call. It all depends on how the Balk plays this out, because she's in a position of value. She does bring a lot of information and versatility to the defense, and she is going to be roaming, in fact, just waiting. There are 2 players at the other side of the door, and she just bought out the door. You know, that's one part of Siege that I hate. You know, you can just make a hole through a wall and just kill one guy even without him noticing. She did notice on that occasion, but she still manages to go down, smoke, dying internally. 1 HP left in the man himself. And he's gonna be going down courtesy of me, courtesy of Jackal. Mira, 1 versus 5 doesn't look possible, and he's gonna go down as well. Dauntless Esports putting a daunting task ahead of Zrush if they want to stay relevant in the first map, as they do hit map and match point. What can I even say right now? Dauntless Esports, sorry, they do hit the equalizer, and this is going to be the fight for map and match point. And what do you think so far? Do you think Dauntless Esports can actually take this one away? Because with the way that offense has been looking, it is so pitch perfect that I just can't root for anybody else except for them.
I'm actually baffled. I mean, see, even if they push on to the match point, because it's obvious one of the other teams is going to the match point in in this round actually. So I'm not really sure. Even if Zrush or Dauntless picks up, like you said, Dauntless is much in favor over here. So even if Dauntless picks up this match, I mean this round, they move on to match point. I think Zrush will still retaliate to that. I think they will still try and fight back and bring it to overtime. It's so tough to decide with teams like this. We just cannot think of who's going to win. They've been equalizing so quick and so efficiently lately. We saw how the team came up. It was a
Attackers need to locate
2-0
and defuse
advantage.
bombs.
Make that a 2-1. Slowly climbing their way up. We are now down to 4-4.
Attackers have
Well,
located a bomb.
all this action for map and match point, I think we had a hell of a first map till this point, and I'm really excited to see what they have to offer in the following two maps coming in. For those who are just joining us, here at UGH,
10 seconds.
we have a different way of running tournaments. We do not conduct best of threes. Rather, we go the full way. We make them play all three maps, and it is going to be
Attackers have recovered their diffuser. Attackers
actually
have
3 maps
detected
per
defuse a bomb.
3 points per map win. If
Hey,
I'm not
OG,
mistaken.
OG, OG, hold on. Let me stop you over there. Did you just notice what happened?
What happened?
The Capcan team killed the Maestro.
Wait, what? I'm just opening my eyes. How? What happened?
Oh, yes, he did in the preparation phase. So, that's a Shaktiman's Maestro going out so early, who proved to be a clutch maker in the 1v4 he did over there. Won't be playing anymore because of his dear friend Capcan taking
And
his
could
head
put them on
off.
map and match point. Not just a map and match point. Oh, worst time. Why? Why you do this? Why, my friend? They do get a couple of jackal scans off earlier on, and that's gonna let them push the enemies back to the back lines. Look at the versatility that's not versatility. Look at the pacing of Dauntless Esports. They know that they have the advantage earlier on, and they are not letting it go. Ash and Jackal being a couple of fast operators that they do possess. They have taken front lines, and Jaeger wall banged to his grave as he limps around crying for help, but none will be offered to him as the rotations will be caught off guard. Thatcher trying to use him as bait perhaps. Trying to catch off rotations if there are any, and they are soon to spot out that he's all to his lonesome. He's gonna be taken care of there and easy. 3 versus 5, and I do not think Zrush can put any kind of defense, cause hell, that playmaker is down. Their hopes might be down as well. And this is going to be everything on the line. Map and match point on the first map, ladies and gentlemen. And coming back from where my co-caster so rudely cut me off is going to be what UGH does with their leaderboard rating is per map win you do get 3 points, and when you play a best of 3 it is going to be all 3 maps, and if you do win 3 maps at the end of the day you are going to have 9 points and you're going to be better off in the leaderboard than a couple of other teams. And depending on the leaderboard, the top 20 teams, if I'm not mistaken, get invited to Hyderabad, but then that is going to happen during the 2nd, 3rd and 4th, and that is going to be massive as it does give Zrush a way back into this round. The Thatcher being so low, we have seen miracles before, but we need to see it again, and it's all on you, my man, the doc, the person in charge to keep everybody alive. Fails in doing so as 4 of his teammates do go down, and he's going to follow through as well. Dauntless Esports capitalized on Zrush's mistake in the preparation phase, and they are going to be on map and match point in the first map, ladies and gentlemen. We have 2 maps coming ahead, and we could potentially have overtime, so do not underestimate Zrush. They can still get back into this game.
Well, with Taha being so active in the chat, I actually want to know why he isn't playing for Dauntless Esports. I thought That was the IGL of Dauntless Esports. And as a player, and rather as a fan of Taha, I've been beaten by him so many times, and he's the only player I think when he kills me, I feel like, okay, I guess
I kill myself.
I'm just I don't know why I feel happy. It's like, wow, he
Feel
killed me
happy
so
being killed?
perfectly. Yeah, he's just got lovely game sense. He's got lovely aim, those reflexes. So I don't know why Tahar is not in the roster right now, but I would really love to see him play. I was waiting for the match to start, waiting to cast, thinking Tahar is going to play. Anywho, uh, with that being put aside, let's just move on to what we are looking at right now. Dauntless is sitting on a match point
Defenders, protect your bombs
against
from being
Zrush.
defused by
Zrush are going to have to convert on this so bad, or else Coastline goes in the favor
Discover
of
the
Dauntless.
location of a bomb.
So for the series, who do you think you would favor over these teams? Both these teams are undoubtedly dead even, and they have managed to, put up some plays here and there. But if you had to pick one, who would it be? Why?
Uh, I'm not really sure, OG, over there because it's just too sketchy for me at this point. I'm just overwhelmed by what plays I'm seeing over here. You saw me, you see me speak like hell about whatever I know about this game, but today I'm just so busy trying to enjoy this game, trying to see what kind of plays are coming out, that you are having to do most of the work over here.
Well, it is hard to be a caster and a fanboy at the same time. What can I tell you? The emotions, they just ride you over, don't they? So let's see what the defense have planned for this time, except for Mutiny perhaps. They have pretty much the same lineup except for the Rook is inculcated here. And on the side of Dauntless Esports, we have, it's more or less gonna be the same jam for them. Whatever keeps it rolling, I guess.
There
They
you go.
are,
So,
go ahead.
textbook stuff coming in from the Pyramid, making sure there's no one playing again. Like the last time we saw, most of the defense playing behind that little bar, that little counter over in the aquarium. So this is making sure there's no backstab potential left on the side of Zrush. This is what I love about, when we come against these teams, we see how they establish control, how they capture sites and get the map control in their favor, making sure there is no misplay coming out from their side.
So Educator, since you are already I'd say pretty veteran player in terms of Siege. So in other games like Dota, CS, and I'd say even PUBG to some extent, there is a distinct difference from the way regions play. So you have a more buggy style brought in by the Indians, you have a very disciplined, I'd say an over-disciplined style brought in by the Chinese, and they are neighboring countries, and you don't have Bangladesh who do participate in other esports titles as much as, Siege. So I've brought in that comparison. So what do you think? What do you think the difference is in the meta game of Bangla Siege and Indian Siege? Because these are Bangla and Indian star teams competing against each other.
It's actually pretty true because you see, Bangla, whatever they're bringing to this roster, whatever they're bringing to this match, rather, they are bringing it as a whole to the community. I just love the kind of support the Bangladeshi community gets for the Siege events, for the Siege teams, for anything you see. You follow the Bangladeshi Facebook page, they are always supporting the players they've got. So that is what we expect from a community. And as we speak about it, the Thermite is taken down, and so is the Jaeger, as I'm talking about the Thermite. So we are looking at a 3 versus 4 with Zrush in the deficit.
Well, we have seen Dauntless come out on top of this on multiple occasions, and it seems like it's going to be this again. A 2 versus 5 Zrush, they are up against it all, back against the wall. A 3 versus 4, making it so Rook being a massive problem for the side of Dauntless Esports. And the diffuser, it gets cancelled. What has happened? The offense crumbles at the side of Zrush. They come alive in the dying moments of the round, and they manage to pull something off the books of miracles. And we stay alive in overtime. Dauntless Esports, when it was their moment to shine, they went dull.
That was such a lovely play coming out from Zrush, making sure that no, we are not giving you this win, Dauntless. We are taking this to overtime.
Well, we might see a change in roster forms. Let's see what happens. It's going to be a similar pickup from the side of Dauntless, but on the other end, well, I stand to be corrected. It is still going to be the same. And what can you even say right now?
But would you look at
As
that? Daft is actually going to go onto the Ying instead of the Twitch this time. He's been pretty, potent on the Twitch. Oh, would you look at that? Bangladesh DE, if I'm not wrong, is somebody I know, but not by that name, picking up 14 frags. Oh my God, that is a lot.
Attackers
I mean, of
well,
course.
since our chat is so active, they have suggested a sound effect that they want me to use to describe how he's carrying, and that's basically.
Bomb located
I
by
think
attackers.
do you have like a soundboard set up for that sound?
No, I just have my phone, I'm just an old timey. I'm an old man already, 18 years old.
Well, that
Well,
was pretty lovely plays coming out from a Zrush and Dauntless also. So let's see what the teams present themselves with so much pressure on them. 5-5 overtime already. They have to push this to overtime match point. Let's see which team reaches it first. Let's see which team contests on it. And let's see which team takes home coastline.
first round of overtime and Dauntless, they are going to be on the offense. And hell, we saw a lot of amazing plays from them on both sides of the map. But they will have to replicate it if they are to stay relevant and perhaps be in contention to win the first map. And it is going to be, that is one aspect of, I can't say Siege, but one mechanic of Siege that I absolutely adore. Because this game is so, I'd say, unforgiving in
Oh,
terms
yeah.
of
Attackers
knowledge.
drop the diffuser.
Because
Attackers recover
if you
the
have
bomb.
information, one bullet can do the job in most probably any weapon.
Oh, yeah.
And that really emphasizes the disciplined play that most high tier teams go toward. Because they cannot afford to take 2 bullets here and there, as it'll be enough to down them, let alone kill them.
Attackers
So,
recover their diffuser.
you did see that in effect with Ash, where the Legion just casually walks in with a 2-pack drive-by. And that's gonna be the Jaeger going down as well. So an equalizer coming in from the side of Dauntless. But look at that pacing in this round, 1 minute 30, and this is the first time you've seen that the Dauntless side has been shook.
Yes,
But they have
actually,
not
that
been-
is pretty much the point right now because they've got the main fragger down. A Bangladesh.de will be taken down so early into the round by flanker that Dauntless is still shook. They are a little sketchy about how they're going to attack, trying to shake that Legion off of that backstab, off of that flank that he can provide later. He's got the impact grenades to his disposal. He might as well just wait for the plan to go down. Last moments of the game, impact the planter, get his kill. And as I speak about killing, Daft takes down the dock, if I'm not wrong. Yes, the dock is going to go down, and the default plan spot coming in. The Legion ready, but that won't be necessary because the Mira's going to finish off 2, actually 3 as I speak about it. Daft, Insane, and Dots go down from the Mira. Zrush dominating the Mira with the 4K. Oh my god, OG. Did you see what I just saw?
Well, I did, and out of words, and that's probably the worst thing that a commentator can say, because he's paid for words. Zrush, they are putting on a show for us, and KJ in chat, never heard of their names, and they are beating ZR. What do heck?
I think KJ is just a fanboy from the Indian community going all in
Well-
for Zrush.
They do say you don't make your name, you earn it, so I guess they earned it pretty well, at least in the context of this match, because they have been going neck and neck to Dauntless, sorry, to Zrush. And Dauntless, they are putting on a pretty good show here on either side of the map, but it's going to be Zrush who do have the advantage in the first half of the overtime, in overtime, and this is going to be overtime match point here. So Dauntless, When they looked to be taking away the game, Zrush do manage to pull back. But this is going to be all. Let's see what they have to show for us. The Legion, the Mute, the Mira, a Maestro if I'm not mistaken.
Hold on, let me just take a look at the scoreboard again. Like, what sort of kills have these got? Because Mira picking up that poke was huge. I think that's put on the Jaeger of Bangladesh behind on the frags he's been exhibiting. Hold on, let me just ask the operator to show the tap screen once.
You know, I'm pretty happy that Shaiko has become directly from a player to an operator that signals early retirement.
Attackers have located a bomb.
For those who are not aware, it is the crew of Team Domination who are the back end coach, who are the back end admins
There we go.
of this event.
12 kills coming out from there. And speaking of kills, I think the highest fragger, I mean, the not highest fragger, a fragger with such great potential is, if I'm not mistaken, it would be Salim from CSPD Anonymous. That guy is an absolute beast. I mean, he's literally a one-man army when it comes to fragger power and potential. So, that, you know, that type of gameplay, those type of players is what we are seeing at right now. These are the players that play, train, learn, scrim against players like them. So I'm really glad this is what is being brought to the table. I'm sorry for fanboying again and again, but I'm here for a treat and that's what I'm getting.
Well, talking about treat, my Kit Kat milkshake is almost on its way, so I cannot wait to cast the second map fully regenerated and rejuvenated as well. It is going to be Zrush on map and match point here, so let's see what Dauntless have to offer, as it is going to be them on the defense, and we have seen them crumble a couple of times at these late game pushes, and this cannot be one of them at any cost. They are going to bite their time. They do have, and I'm pretty happy that they do not do these kind of gentleman agreements, you know, not use the broken operators on broken maps like we did see on previous occasions with the Lion, and you know, Lion is broken in general, but I'm pretty happy that they're consistently seeing a good use of the Mira. So that is something that Zrush have offered that not many teams in UGH qualifiers have, and I'm pretty excited to meet and see how they do on LAN, because I'm pretty sure that both these teams will be able to qualify there.
They got that lovely flick coming out from Shaktiman. And as I speak about it, Thermite picks off one more and that'll be the Jaeger down. So Dauntless not looking good so far with 1 minute on the clock. Let's see what the defense has to offer to fight around the offense, because they are at a huge deficit in terms of manpower.
This would be massive though. Mute is on the back lines, and if he is not accounted for anytime soon, he can cause major mayhem, especially due to the timer. 45 seconds left. If this late round push doesn't start anytime soon, could be a huge play. And talking about huge plays, the Mute finally coming into picture, getting the first frag, but nothing more, and he is not giving his position away as well. So a frag here without a position given away, this is causing huge problems. And Zrush, you can see the patience that's caused as well. They are worried about the backlines, and 20 seconds, this cannot happen. This is going to be the final play coming in. Can Dauntless hold and push it to overtime number 2, or can they? No! Mute! Massive plays coming in from the man, getting a 3K for the hold, and Sledge left all his close them. A 1 versus 3, make it a 1 versus 2, courtesy of his Sledgehammer, punching holes through the roof, and it's gonna be the Mute coming up massive, a 4K to put Dauntless in overtime number 2.
Oh my god. These are the kind of plays that I was in store for. I am not disappointed, Zrush. I am not disappointed, Dauntless. Thank you. We are not down one map. I'm already thanking you guys. A lovely play over there. A lovely takedown we are looking at. We saw 3-3 come out. We saw 4-4 come out. We saw 5-5 come out onto the match point. They pushed it to the overtime match point to 6-6. Whoever takes this round wins this map. Let's see what Zrush have in store for us, because a Daft coming out from Dauntless Esports on that Mute flank, getting that lovely timed kill onto the Dukabi before she goes into the animation. of ringing the calls of the defenders. That kill was so lovely. He waited out after that,
Bombs will be defused
waiting
by
patiently, no unnecessary peaks, and then coming out again to get that sweet 3K, ending his kill streak with the sledge in the last few seconds.
Well, more or less, I'd say Zrush, they have changed their lineup, they've changed their approach for the defense, unlike what Dauntless did. And Dauntless, they are pretty much going to go on a similar lineup for the offense as well.
insertion.
And it should be pretty standard pickings for either team, and they should have anti-started each other to a large extent at this point. And as I say that, as soon as the speaking man is at my doorstep, just give me a minute head.
So cheeky spot picks coming out from here, from flanker rather, on the dark. It's great support we've got in the chat on the sides of DE. Everyone's rooting for DE to win. Everyone's so confident that DE will win. It's a really optimistic approach from the fans of DE. That's what we expect to see. And as I speak about it, Yeek is going to put the fight early with these offices area into the servers.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser. Attackers dropped the diffuser.
You know, as I speak about it, Insane takes off the head of that Legion. So no more mines, no more aggressive roam plays, no more late time flanks coming out from the Legion. Well, that twist drone is just just messing with the defenders. There's just no
Attackers recovered the
avenue left. And as I speak about it, MI7 on that lovely kill
Attackers bomb diffuser has been dropped.
takes the Jaeger down. That's huge potential of the fragging gone down with the carbine. Not in use anymore.
Attackers have recovered
And
their
as we are approaching the 1 minute 30-second mark, the attackers are in full form to take this side and claim it. But they're still waiting. They're just making sure they are not rushing it and taking the time. They've got time. 1 minute left on the clock. And that puts the Rook on solo HP. Ash is doing what she's supposed to do. Those quick peeks with those lovely angles that she's exhibiting. That's what I want from her. No, Maestro, that Evila is not standing a chance against the pre-charge of the Ash. And as Rook spams his way on the peak holes that have been made early in the first phase, he's trying to find a kill. And Dokumi being also cheeky, trying to find a kill onto the defenders, but just cannot. Solo 1 HP with one person down who will be picked up, but not on the attack. The Jackal is still down. The plant is going down. And as I speak about it, it's a 2 versus
Drop the
3.
bomb diffuser.
Make that a 1 versus 3. The twitch of the dap going to have to convert this one. And as I speak about it, tries to go in from their twitch and finishes off. Insane. Tries to take out flanker, gets him off, takes out one more, 1 versus 1, but no, he just cannot win this one. Shot him on with the LMG and the ACOG on the Maestro, not leaving, not letting Daft have those kills. Zrush take the first map into their account. Lovely victory, lovely match put up from both the teams, winning 7-6. So lovely match over there. We'll be back in a 5-minute break, guys. Stay tuned for the second map coming in. I think this is going to be a long night, so you might want to store in your energy drinks. You might want to make some coffee. You might want to stay for the matches, for the maps that we are going to see coming up from these two lovely teams.